Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode number 2 of the For the Family Gathering podcast. Today we're talking about some cool stuff. We're gonna introduce you guys to some cool people that we have in the team. First, we got Kazzra. He is the COO of FTF. You want to tell yourself a little bit about yourself, Kazzra?
So yeah, as you said, I'm Kazzra. I'm the COO of For the Family, and my job is to push the team as a whole to a higher level. So far, obviously I picked the Call of Duty team, and after that, I was like, all right, now it's time to get the impressions in, see how much clout we get now. And Jacob has seen me on Twitter and on the YouTube channel about every other day. I check our analytics and everything to see what our outreach is, how far we've grown, and and other than that, I've really been scouting out different teams and stuff, what our options could be, and honestly, picking up a Call of Duty team with Yos, Slime, Kalen, Mazo is really investing into the players as a whole because in the end, our job is to get the players onto a franchise team, and it's really investing in the player stock, honestly, in getting the players to a higher level. Because most organizations, they is like, all right, let's get a pickup team, let's get a representation in, events over, and that's that. And for me, my goal for the Call of Duty team is just long term investment and not get the players to grow as a whole and grow with us. Because most organizations, when they pick up players, especially on the amateur scene too, they just pick them up and then they drop them. They don't utilize their players correctly. You got to think about it as your chips. How can you utilize your chips? How can you utilize them to their fullest potential? So that's about my two piece right there.
Nice. I like that
Somebody
cut.
snag a trade, bro.
Someone's gotta get traded for me and Kazzra, bro. It never happens. So yeah. With that being said, we have the two of the COD guys right here. Of course, like he mentioned, both Yos and Slime, the two guys we wanted to build around. Because you've gotten really close to them. So we'll let them kind of introduce themselves, then we'll get really into the nitty gritty of it.
Wanna go first, Yos?
Yeah, sure. What's up, guys? I'm Yos. I've been competing for about 4 or 5 years now, and I actually met Kaz. I think in World War II. He used to be a co-owner and COOs of other organizations, and he would work for. I think you were under Beware, right, or Colonial?
Yeah, Colonial.
Colonial.
Sheesh, this is a long list.
There's a list. He was actually like he was very known in the community, and he was um he was known to like represent organizations very well. Uh, I didn't actually work with him until um this Call of Duty actually, which in the beginning of the year he hit up one of my teammates. Shout out Spectre. He's one of my old teammates. John. Uh, he showed me the path to Call of Duty and how to compete at a higher level. And so yeah, I just met Kaz in the beginning of the game. He saw potential in me and my teammates. We actually went to a land event under his organization. It was for Kansas. That's one of the first events I competed under his name for, and we placed third at that event, blowing the name out of the water. We had a bunch of people calling us under GG Atmosphere and saying, "Oh shit, like these guys just beat Silly. They just beat using them
Phantoms,
like they
Rex.
just
Yeah.
Phantom Rex. We knocked them into losers, and then like the whole timeline on Twitter and a bunch of people were just talking about us. It was good to get the name of the organization out and us as players for the this Call of Duty because as everybody knows, each and every Call of Duty you always have to make a name for yourself to make sure that you're in the standards for a top 32 team or for a top 16 team. As Kaz was saying though, a very important factor of a team is to make sure that you build on them and each and every one of the players. So for instance, me and Slime have been a team of two and we've been like this. We have very good chem together as two subs and we've just been rotating around cycles of players for about 3 4 months now ever since Spectre had quit playing and our other fourth player also stopped playing. We've actually gotten out of a top 128, top 64 cycle with the recent placement in the cup at top 48, almost breaking the cycle and placing top 32. And it's actually an awesome feeling that the road ahead isn't too foggy. So I play for the COD competitive team, and I'm going to pass it off to Slime Caesar.
What's going on, guys? Well, I'm Slime, like Yo said. This is actually my first year competing. Last year I kind of played a little bit for fun with Yos and John. I don't know if we play for Atmosphere last year. No, right? We just went for fun.
N-
You guys went
Yeah,
to some events, but I didn't compete in the team. I didn't
Oh, yeah,
play Cold
well,
War like that. I think
I
I
think we
just
went to one event. We did go to one event. We went to the Miami one, and this was like my first event ever. That was my first like real taste of competitive, and we ended up placing like top 6, top 4, something like that. We made a losers run, and that really kind of got my feet wet, and it made me want to like compete more. Unfortunately, I was really busy last year with like work and school, so I couldn't really dive into it. So I kind of waited for this COD, and then early on in the year, it was me, you, John, and who's our fourth? Was it Zach
yeah, Diamond.
and Diamond? And yeah, like he said, we did go to Kansas. We were nobodies technically. I mean, other than Yost and John and I mean, for sure, me. Nobody knew who I was. Like they were like, "Who the hell is this slime kid?" Like so, we went there with no expectations. We just kind of went for a fun weekend, see where we get. Right. Ended up beating Silly, like he said, and it was like kind of hit me in the face. I was like, "Holy shit, we just did that." I was a COD champ like 3 years ago on the main stage. Like we just
Guy
sent this
really
guy
has
to
a ring, bro.
we just sent this guy to losers, bro. Like this is real. Unfortunately, we weren't really good at respawn at the time. We ended up losing the event. We placed like third, but that right there really solidified like me trying this year and trying to go into competing. And like Yo said, we've been stuck in a cycle for a while because the first few cups we were just unfortunate circumstances for us. But after this event in Toronto, or sorry, in Minnesota, placed top 48, beat teams that were, according to seeds, definitely way better than us. Right? We were like a 60, 70 seed, took out I think they were like 30 something, like high 20 seed.
Yeah, definitely
Took them
caused an
out,
upset in the bracket.
almost beat a team that almost sent home the number 3 seed. Like, just things could have gone any which way. But it's only the beginning. Like first year competing, Yo's pretty sure he's gonna compete for a while. I'll be here for a while, and see how this goes. See
So
where this leads us.
as far as obviously you kind of mentioned you just met Kazzra not too long ago, but have kind of known about him. So as far as that, like, how did you guys or actually, this is more specifically for Kazzra at first, and I'll let you guys touch on that too, because it's gonna be more of your side of things. But whenever you saw these guys and you let them represent Atmosphere at the time, like what kind of made you want to stick with them and kind of vouch for them as heavily as you did with kind of joining FTF and stuff like that?
I want to say they're not like the one thing I really liked about Yos, Slime, Diamond, John. Like, no, they weren't a part of like as far as I could tell, like any of the weird COD groups because like there's some strange COD groups, and like if you're in the
Oh yeah,
community, you see some of these kids like they tweet out on the timeline, and you just look at us like, what the
There's
fuck are
some
you
nerds
guys
out there
doing?
for real.
I
okay,
know.
okay. I will say Zach was a little sporadic. Let's get that out the way. Zach was a little crazy at the time, but
Well,
it was all fun for him. Like it wasn't anything serious. He was just trolling on the timeline.
I can
People took him
tell.
way too serious.
It was so funny seeing him troll on the timeline.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what he is. He's a troller. That's what he is.
He's a professional troll, that's for sure.
nah, bro. Like, and then because I remember Yost because I watched him play on the Vanity roster for a long time. It was like Brandon Fricky, Scruzzer. Was it Scruzzer?
No, no, it was Rise, Spectre,
I don't remember
and Ricky.
the homie.
Ricky.
Yeah, and like I could tell
Sometimes
like
sometimes Brandon would play with us. Yeah, sometimes Brandon. And then Scruzzer also played with us at one event. It was like super washy, but we would mix around with some rosters.
'cause I could tell like you guys like I like the core three players would stick together for like each event. And I was like, all right, like they can like you guys can stick together as a team for the long term. So that's what I was like really interested in because I know most teams like they play one team scrim and like all right, we got to break up the team, guys. That's it. And I was like, damn, like I could. And one thing I was very happy about is at the Minnesota event, you guys stuck together, and I was like, all right, this is like really good progress for you guys.
You actually have no idea what it took and how much resilience it takes for a team to stick together, right? Because nobody on the team wants to lose. Nobody on the team wants to lose. We go into practice and they see the same mistakes being made over and over again because it's hard to implement a certain strategy or a certain route to be taken versus good teams or versus certain teams.
Oh,
So
especially sorry, especially since like I said, we're not really known. Nobody really knows us. We don't have any like I guess accolades to really put us on that stage. But like we don't get into any of the good scrim chats. We
Yeah,
don't
we
get
don't
any
get
good
good
scrims.
practice. For the practice we get, we make the best out of it, and then we try playing in tournaments, or we stream, or we try literally breaking down the team that we're playing to like, yo, we gotta whoop this team so hard that we have to break them up. Like we have to mentally destroy these guys
Oh,
right
it's
now.
happened. It's
Like
happened. I know the team we played. I don't know if he's still playing or not, but I remember the team we played at Minnesota first round. I was like, I really didn't know any of the names because, like I said, I'm new to the community. I don't really know who's good, who's not. So I just go to every match thinking, all right, I'm ready. Like whatever comes at me, like we'll see how it goes. So we spawn into the first series, and I'm thinking, all right, like we're Minnesota, like it can't be, it's got to be good teams here, right? So we beat that team. I think we beat them 2-0,
yeah, 2-0, we
and then
smoked.
I'm out in the venue just walking. We're just chilling, and then I see one of the players from the other team just retired, like 10 minutes, 10 minutes after we beat them, bro. Like I just see the tweet on the timeline. I'm like, bro, did we just retire this guy? Like, there's no way, right? Like, it's got to be a troll. And then
This- Go ahead,
it's
go,
just
CZ.
no. I just thought that was funny, like, because Yos just said, "Oh, we try to beat him." So like that was, I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen that tweet, bro. Like,
There's just definitely teams out there that are willing to put in that extra, mile of, hey, let's stick together and like let's work on this, right? And I'm not gonna say like, we've been perfect all around like the whole road there. The road's gotten bumpy. Like there's
mm-hmm.
days that like, yo, one of us is yelling at each other and we're like, yo, I'm not playing this or I'm not playing that, like I'm getting off. And that's it. Like that day's just chalked, or we gotta talk it out in the chat and you're like, yo, everybody get back on, let's talk about this shit. And it's draining. It's draining. You come from work, you want to play some games, and then you're like, damn, shit just hit
Getting
the
cooked, bro.
ceiling.
We're
Yeah,
getting
getting
cooked.
cooked. Shit just hit the ceiling quick. But the fact that like our players have, our teammates have decided to stick through this and like through it all with us, it just means a lot, and it shows that they want it just as much as we do.
I hate to. Sorry if I cut anybody off. Like, I hate to be that guy, but I like to pride myself on being the guy that really steps up and says, "Yo, we got to fix this now." Like before Minnesota, we were going into it like what 2 weeks before. We had a whole different roster, completely different roster. Well, not completely. Sorry, we had a different AR, and then we were just bumping heads too much. Like it was getting to the point where I felt like it was beyond repair. Like there would be points where I would get in the chat and I'd be like, "Bro, everybody join Cord right now. We're gonna talk this out, or we're not spawning in together tomorrow. Like this is it. Like we gotta figure this out now. Like this is some serious shit. Like we're not gonna get past this." And then one day I did that. The person that wasn't responding, whatever, I said,
Was
"All
our
right,
fourth? Yeah, he said he didn't want to come in.
this
He
is
didn't want
it.
to fix
This
things.
I said it. I said it. Get on right now. We need to fix this. Nothing. He's on the game playing. He's not. All right, that's it. We're looking for a new fourth. We looked for a new fourth. We found a new fourth, and we went to Minnesota. It ended up, you know,
Better than we
going in our
expected,
favor
actually.
for sure. Yeah, and I think that's very important. Like teams really don't do that. Like they kind of just let shit go. Sorry, am I allowed to curse on this?
Go
Yeah.
nuts. Go nuts, dude.
Like they don't really want to fix. They don't go at things head on. Like they just kind of like brush it to the side and they're like, whatever. Like we'll fix this eventually. But like if you don't get those problems out of the way, people don't realize how important chemistry is on the map, or like getting along with your teammates, or respecting the cause, or like understanding that he has your back, or he makes a call, he's gonna watch this. You got to trust that he's gonna watch that. And when two players are bumping heads and they just can't get along, they can't agree on something, that's not gonna work. Like you got to fix that or move on from that situation. And when we realized, that it wasn't working, like we just got to keep moving. You can't stay in that situation, you know. Like for example, the other day we entered a tournament. It didn't go too well. Like we played pretty well all around, other than like a few mistakes. Those mistakes were a little frustrating because we have talked about those mistakes, but we understand that you can't really control every scenario. You're never gonna be perfect. You're gonna, things are gonna happen. So instead of, I mean, we did get off for a second. We were like, oh, like
You
everybody
gotta
was
let everybody
upset.
cool down. And situations like
Everybody
that,
was
you just gotta let
upset.
everybody cool down.
Yeah, everybody was upset. Took like 5-10 minutes. I went to go eat. I don't know what everybody went to do, and then back in the chat. All right, let's go grab a scrim. Let's fix our problem. Uh, it happens. Can't be perfect. You just gotta learn from it and move on.
I got
I
a
know.
question for you boys. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Kaz. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go
So
ahead.
I was gonna say, like, most like a lot of players don't understand is when they want to be like the next generation of Call of Duty professionals. And for them to enter into the scene, like they need to understand that you will always butt heads regardless. It's just if you show the professionalism to actually like sit back down, cool down, fix your the problems, really shows that you're different from everyone else. And like you see a lot of these pro teams, like we obviously like every season there's always like midway there's usually like a roster mania, but so far like the changes have been less and less. And a lot of teams like Toronto Ultra, for example, they've like from Cold War, like even like part of their team from Modern Warfare into Cold War, and Cold War team is basically the same team into Vanguard. That shows that they can like stick together, talk things out, and if a lot of these players want to get to that level, they need to understand that they can't just like chalk everything and be like, all right, like we're done. Like you understand when they sign a contract, like they're locked in, they're stuck with everyone else, and that's just the case for all the professional players. So as long as they can overcome that obstacle of just like butting heads in the game, even maybe even outside the game, and they can get over that, it shows real professionalism on their part.
So, Yos, I know you have a question. So before that, I just want to kind of say my one little 2 cents on essentially kind of Slime's rant about, just that outlook. So I know you said you've only been playing for about a year at this point. Like this kind of like your first like real COD that you're kind of getting into as far as like competitive.
Yeah.
And for you to have that kind of outlook already, where it's like, all right, we got to fix this shit. Like, just get the fuck in the core. Don't be weird. Like, get in the core. Let's talk about it. To have that essentially as early as it is in your career is it's pretty fucking typical. Actually, it's really typical. It's actually a very mature way to look at it that a lot of players don't learn for a long time. So I used to play competitive for a long time, and I didn't get that until like 2-3 years ago. I mean, it's always been I was always like me. I gotta be the best person I can be. But realistically, and I can see from you guys at this point, from just talking just for a little bit about it, it's not so much it's me, it's about the team. It's about like essentially how you guys can get better together versus just alone. Because I mean, obviously the whole thing is it's said over and over and over again as far as individual talent's only gonna get you so far. So I think it's pretty fucking cool that you guys are trying to get better essentially as a team more so than just individual players. That's it's fucking typical.
I mean that that comes down mostly to ego more than anything else. Like you will run into that, individual that is gonna have like the ego. He's done, obviously as a player you need to have confidence in yourself.
Me.
You gotta be confident.
You
I got
Egotistical
the
little
fucking
bastard.
ego.
You gotta be confident. You gotta be confident in yourself. Otherwise you're not gonna make it far. You're not gonna have confidence in yourself to make the play or to do anything. But there's a limit. There's a line you gotta draw that you gotta be like, all right, I may be the best player, but why am I not winning right now? Is it my team? Are we not playing together? Is like no matter what, at any point you're gonna have to sit down and like think like what is going wrong, right? The sooner you do that, the better, right? For me, I try to. If you ask anybody that I've played with, you'll never see me, after the game taking a picture of the scoreboard. Bro, you guys fucking suck. Look, you only had 3 kills, bro. Only had 3 kills, bro. Look, I have 17. Like I don't care. Like at the end of the day, we win, we win. Like I don't care. Like that doesn't matter. Yo, stop talking about your 2 minutes of hell, bro. We know you're
Yo,
gonna kill time.
I'm like the Nate shot of our team, bro. I sit hill
Bro,
for us, bro. I'm
bro,
winning us the game. That's what I'm talking about.
I may not get the
24/7.
2 minutes of hill, but I'm right behind you, bro. But
I
anyways,
believe it, man.
it's just a little joke. But look, it's not about like, oh, I dropped 17. You guys are dropping 5. 5? You probably clutched a 1v2 and a 1v3. You won your 2 rounds, bro. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. Like you just gotta figure out what's going wrong on the map. If it's not on the map, maybe you guys are playing good on the map. You guys just don't get along. You gotta fix that. Like there's always gonna be a problem. Something's always gonna be there that's gonna stop you from going to the next level. And until you fix that problem, until you address that, you're not gonna get to the next level. That's as simple as that. That's life. That's everything. Like you just gotta fix the problem. Like the only way to look at it.
I agree. So Yos, what was your question? Please tell me you remember it.
So
Okay. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
hopefully I'm gonna hit it on the dot. I don't know. It's kind of like wishy-washy, but how did you and Kaz, come to partner up and collaborate to pick up a COD team to make content and to start up FTF? I don't know when FTF was started or founded. I do need more information on that, like a little bit
Oh
more.
yeah, because it was atmosphere, and then you let go atmosphere, and you
I
you
just
kind
kind
of
of like
merged it.
yeah, I kind of like put all like basically just you guys. I know I did have a Pokemon player and whatnot, but I know the whole premise behind for the family it was like it's like the boys, and I
Mhm.
was like, all right, like because like I understood like Jacob and I had like a what was like an hour long conversation and understood the premise and I'm on the side of like I'm like all right fuck it like we want to join you want to join but I guess being a part of FTF now like I got to be like, it's kind of helped me grow as far as like selecting players being like very picky now just as far as like who can mesh well with everyone in the org or most of everyone in the organization.
So, as far FTF had originally been made like back in 2020, like whenever the pandemic happened. It was a bunch of us, like a group of us that played together all the time. And then somebody kind of used the hashtag, like for the family. Like, dude just came out with it one day, and then we just fucking kind of rode with it. Tried it a couple of times, just like doing our own thing with it, and it didn't work. But so we like went to the esports player club in like Tampa one day, and like casual. I mean, that's like an hour drive for both of us. So like on the drive there and back, we kind of just like really tossed up the idea of just what if we just bring that shit back and like we try to be different this time. So like a big proponent as to why it didn't work before was I had a really bad problem with like trying to perfect everything and trying to make everything perfect. So I tried. It didn't work. Obviously, it's not gonna work if you try to make everything perfect because then nothing will ever come out. So then he and I just talked about it a lot, and we both have similar mindsets as far as like production and like the aspect of just certain things that align. So it helps to have someone who lives near me who can, both ways keep each other motivated to do it. So we actually met through a mutual friend that he mentioned, Brett. So I actually used to work with um, his friend Brett, and I have always known who Kazzra was, which is ironic actually. So I have always known AFD. I lived in Florida. I found it years ago back in World War II, and I've always heard about it. Always wanted to go to it, but I never found like a team to go with or anything like that. But so I always knew who Kazzra was. Always knew that whole thing. But then I found out one day through my former coworker at that point that what the fuck, like you actually went to school with Kazzra, like you're good friends with him, like that's so weird. That's weird as fuck. So we like just became friends that way, and then like he said, we had that talk, and then at first I'm not gonna lie, because he mentioned the COD team, and that wasn't the original direction I wanted to go. I wanted to be more content side. And he was like, well, what if I could like bring them on? Like, I'm like, all right, you're vouching for him heavy. I'm like, my thing with COD is COD people are fucking weird. We've made that
Dude,
known.
Yeah.
COD people are fucking weird,
Oh,
bro.
you have no idea, bro. It's insane.
And I was like, dude, if these guys, I'm like, listen, Kazzra, I want to make this clear. If I see anything weird from these motherfuckers, I'm like, they're gone. Like just like that, they're gone.
Don't look at my Twitter. Don't look at my Twitter.
No, he trolls on his Twitter, bro. Do not go look at his Twitter.
But like, I mean, he was vouching for you guys heavy, so I was like, all right, well, I'll let him rock. I'm down to like have him on, have him a part of the team, and then I mean, it's been fucking good so far. I mean, it's been really cool to have you guys, go to Minnesota and like potentially, play at AFD in a couple weeks too,
Yep.
anything like that. So I'm focused for the future on that shit. I'm really excited for you guys on that. But yeah, that's how this whole fucking shit started from us at least.
I just wanted to say, I think it's super cool, bro. Like, I don't know if I speak for myself, but I feel like every dude that has like a friend group has always been like, you're chilling and then you're like, bro, especially if you're in a game and you'd be like, bro, why don't we just make like some content, bro? Why don't we just start recording like the stupid shit we do? Like, and the fact that you guys actually went through with it and like started, focusing on that, I think that's pretty cool. I've always talked about it, but here I am. I don't have a content team or
It's really
anything.
that was another problem with it too, is like it's really easy to talk about it, really easy to say, yo, let's just do it, but it's the hardest thing to do is actually do it. It's the hardest thing to press the record button and to actually go forth with that. So we have a lot of friends obviously in Florida like that are around us that we have like a friend group that way. That like I mean they're just a bunch of fucking knuckleheads. They're a bunch of idiots. But I mean you put a camera in their face and they go from 10 to like 15. I mean they go they just go stupid with it. So I mean they will show out for a camera. I mean if you put it to them. But then there's also like the guys you guys are in the chat with that I've been friends with, and I hope they're gonna keep up the side as far as like supporting you guys. I think that's gonna be a big thing, at least keeping you two together, if not everybody else. That whole group you're with right now. But I mean, we have a lot of stuff that's planned, and we hope to get to include you guys on that a lot.
Just know
Yeah,
I'm with all that content shit, bro. I'm
Yeah.
in. All right. I love content.
Yeah, I mean, I already told you. I already told Kaz. I'm down for that. You know, well, I don't know if if I'm spoiling this, but you know, that thing we're doing later, I'm down for that, bro. I love that, bro. I'm all for that, bro. I love that stuff.
Just
So,
know any introduction videos, montages, podcast, you know, any challenges, IRL stuff,
oh yeah, challenges. I'm
like
down for that,
stuff
bro.
like the vision and like the process. I'm with all of that stuff. All right. If you guys want to contact me for any of that, it's twitter.com/ no, just
Motherfucker's gonna show out and just fucking link it. I respect it.
Make sure you
So
follow though.
no, dead ass. I'll put your links and everything in there. Don't you worry. Y'all get the exposure from us. Don't you worry. But so kind of moving forward, the biggest reason that I wanted to kind of bring you guys on and like talk to you guys, and it's really good I haven't gotten to talk to you guys about it. Just so we can kind of have like the raw discussion of, essentially the events of CDL Minnesota. So if you guys want to kind of take it from here, kind of just go through your, as far as the process, like what were the travel days like, getting there, like what were the vibes looking like going into it, like what do we got?
You want to start, Yos? You want to start?
You go, man. You go, man. I'm about to
Right.
blow up.
So
You
I mean, I
go.
did talk about. I kind of touched on it earlier. So like I said, originally we had a different team going into it. Like when we first decided, well,
Very frustrating,
so the
by the way.
very beginning, I was at work. All right, little back information. Me and Yos work together, right? So we're at work one day, and then I'm out for delivery. We work at Domino's. I deliver pizzas. He's a manager,
Yeah.
and he calls me on the phone. He's like, "Yo, like what?" He's like, "Did you see what CDL announced?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "CDL Minnesota, baby." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "We should go, bro." Right? And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done." But like, not really thinking we're gonna really do it. And then one day I don't know what happened. We are just in court after a scrim or something. We're like, "Bro, we should really go. Like, we're actually pretty nasty. Like, why
Yeah,
not?"
we were beating some teams that day. I don't know. Our egos went flying. We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
beating
We're
some
like, "Yo,
teams
we're
that
gonna
day.
pull up to Minnesota. We're gonna go crazy. Like, let's just do it." And then we looked up the flights. Next day, we bought the flights. We're like, "All right, bro, we're in this now. Like, we bought the flights. This is real now. Like, we gotta
We are
go."
locked. Like, yeah, we were locked.
So we had a different fourth. Like I said, we were playing with that fourth. It just didn't work out in the end. Like, it's just players didn't mesh well. Like, it just wasn't working.
We were playing
So
with this guy
we,
for like a month, by the way, like a month and
yeah,
a
yeah,
half.
yeah. Yep.
Like, and
And
then
then now
it just
go
went
go.
to shit
Sorry.
after that. It just went. No, go ahead, go ahead. It just went to shit after that, and then we just got left in the dirt looking for a fourth last minute.
Yep. We ended up playing. Didn't we end up playing a cup? Yeah, we had to play a cup with a random. Bro, we gotta tell him the story, bro. We gotta tell him the story.
All right, so
All right. So you
just
want to
like
tell him?
just
Tell
fast
him. Tell him.
forward,
Tell
just
him. Tell him.
fast.
Tell him.
All right, so me and Caesar, we usually go play at NLG, where if these made or wherever these ran at that little gaming center. So because they have the better internet, they got better PCs, all that junk. So me and Caesar, right? We wake up at 11. The place opens at 12. We wake up at 11, and we're like, all right, we're gonna make it there by 11:50, and then we're gonna get set up. By the time it hits 12, whatever the case is, then we'll start playing our match because the cups start at 12. So we got there, and there was this Hearthstone or some shit fucking tournament. I don't know what was going on, dude. I
Bro,
walk in and I'm like, oh my. First off, we didn't even find parking. So I
bro,
got down with my backpack. I'm like, oh shit.
dude, it's 12:05 when we get there. 12:05.
We
So
forfeit at
tournament
12:15.
tournament started, right? Brackets are out. We already have our match. The guys are in the lobby. Like our other two teammates are waiting for us to spawn in and be ready to play. And they're messaging us like, "Yo, where you guys at? You guys ready?" And we're at the place like, "Bro, what do we do?"
30 minutes away from our house because we live like 10 minutes away from each other. 30 minutes
Yos
away from our house.
Yos lives 30 minutes away, right? And Kaz, you've been to Miami. You know what the traffic is
Yeah.
like, bro.
It's ass.
I don't know. Oh, let's not forget, my tank was on E, bro. I had like
Oh, he had no
20,
gas. He
I had
had
like
no
20
gas.
miles left on my tank, bro. And like I'm flying through traffic. Like I'm on the, I don't condone crazy driving, guys. All right, so don't do this at home. I'm swerving through traffic, bro. I'm trying to get home, right? I drop Yos off. I get home, bro. I have 1 mile left on my tank, dude. I sit down. They're spawning in. Like I have to join mid, like
Yeah, we
mid
had to
loading
go
screen. Like I
mid-map.
don't know how we made it, bro. But all right, well, whatever. We ended up making it. I don't think
It
we
was like
did.
12:45. We were starting first
Yeah, I
blood.
don't know how we didn't get forfeited. I really don't, but we made it somehow. So yeah, so we ended up looking for a new fourth. We found a new fourth. We all agreed on going. Took us like 2 weeks to finally agree on a hotel and all this stuff. We ended up renting a car because I thought it was a better idea to drive around than it was to Uber, right?
Definitely worth it.
More
It was
freedom.
worth it.
You can go eat wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. I like that freedom. I've had a car since I was like 16, so I like driving wherever. So so me and Yos flew together. Um, so we get there, we pick up one of our other players. The other guy was already there. Like he drove from Texas or
Terrible,
something.
terrible turbulence on the plane, by the
Oh
way.
yeah,
I
bro.
don't know
This
what
guy
we.
was asleep next to me, right?
I was like
I look
this.
over, the plane's shaking. I look over, and Yos is just like, just
I got
wakes
up
up
and I
out
was
of his
like,
sleep,
oh
like
shit.
terrified, right? So
No,
whenever
we're
we get
going
there,
down.
um, so I think off rip, we ended up picking up one of our friends, homies, and his brother. Shout out Jonah and Noah, guys are cool as fuck. Um, and then we went to the venue. Bro, I was terrified because you're supposed to check in on the first day, right? The day before the event. You're supposed to check in and get your like player wristband, and it ended at 7 or something. I think it was 7.
No,
We
8.
got
It
there.
ended at 8. We got
It
there at
ended at 8,
7:58, 7:59,
and the
and they
guys
were
already
already
picked up
packed
their
up.
stuff. And
They
we're
already
like, no,
had their
we
stuff.
missed it. We missed it. We're gonna miss it. That's it. We're DFR, bro. Go home. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, we were
They're like, no,
worried.
come in tomorrow morning. You guys will be fine. We're like, thank God, bro. Thank God. Right? So whatever, we go back to the hotel, grab some food, and then, tournament day.
We were ready.
Tournament
We were
day.
actually super excited for the tournament day. The only thing was that 2 days or a few days prior, we didn't practice, right? We had a guy drive in. The event was started on Friday. We had one of our teammates drive from his state to Minnesota, which is like a 2-day drive. It was like a 30 something hour drive. He was going from Texas all the way to Minnesota. So since Wednesday, had no practice. We had no play. The last day we actually played was Monday of that week. So we were like 5 days on a dry streak, no gaming. We were all just doing our own thing, working, playing ranked play here and there, pick up eights, pick up scrims, money eights, whatever we can get our hands on to play, we would play. So I'm not gonna say I was a little bit worried heading into the event, but I was definitely excited to finally see what we were capable of on land, right? Um, I think this was Caesar's debut at a major, so he played phenomenal. I'll give him props. First series of the day, we came out frying. I think we 100-point clubbed them and 6-1, 6-0'd them. So first round was a breeze, and we were locked into winners round 2 to face off Toronto Academy EU. Uh, Honestly, I thought we had it in the bag. We were
Bro,
pretty hyped to play them. We
wait,
were we were like, this
wait.
is the team we want to play. We want to play
No,
CU
bro.
guys.
Okay, real quick. We were super hyped, bro, because I don't know what it is. Like, I get so excited when we play teams that are way better than us. Because since that event where we beat Philly and them, like we were just going into the game like whatever, bro. We'll see what happens. But like I don't know what it was leading up to the match. I was like, bro. You can ask us about this. Like we were sitting down and I look over and I'm like, bro, feels like silly all over again. Like we're about to take these fools down. Like they're not ready for this,
He
right?
did say that.
And then my PC shits the bed, bro.
We got
Completely shits the bed.
shitty monitors. We had the shittier part of the desk of like the of
No, no,
where
like
the station's at. So
I took a
Caesar,
picture. No, I took a picture. They had to change my whole PC, bro.
he got a
Like
PC from the back, dude, just so they
they
could change
changed
his
it out,
PC.
bro. Like
What was the problem with your PC again?
everybody's playing on like 200 frames, like higher settings, like all this stuff, and I'm over here getting like 80 frames, running around the map, like
Screen tear.
ghosting, screen tearing. Like I'm like, bro, there's no way I'm about to play on this. They switched to PC, and I got even less frames. I'm playing on 70. Like they were like, bro, you gotta play. Like it's time. Like you
Yeah,
guys
it was
gotta
like
go.
20 minutes for our match had passed. Like it had been 20 minutes already. So they were like,
So
"Yo,
whatever, we spawn in. I'm like, bro, let's go. We got this, and we got slammed, right?
we
So
got put in our place
I've
so bad, bro."
that
Like
hard point was terrible. I mean, the S&D was winnable. Like
we
we
lost
almost
5-6,
not
4-6,
5. Don't lose an
6-5. We lost
S&D.
6-4. We lost 6-4.
Yeah, it was like 6-4 or something, right? So that sends us to losers, right? So we're just chilling, waiting for our next match.
Best
Just
of
like
3, by the way. This is a
best
major.
of
People
3.
flew out to this thing. It's a best of 3. Like I don't get a chance to play a third map, man, which kind of sucks, but it's all right.
Not to mention Saturday and Sunday there was all types of stations open. Like the event was like 4 or 5 hours each day with like all the stations open other than like two of them. So like they had time for the best of 5, but it is what it is. Um, so we lose that. We go into losers. There's like a 2-hour wait between matches, man. Like so we finished that match at like 2. I think 2 was our we finished by 3 because it started at 2. and then we don't play the match after that until
like
like
7.
7, bro. 7.
They
We had to wait like
chalk
4
us
hours.
for
Fuck.
4 hours, bro. Yeah, and then we were like, all right, they're like, there's all these other setups, so they'll definitely let us sit down somewhere in like one of the stations and let us shoot bots or let us, hop on a rank play or some shit. They didn't let us do nothing, bro. They didn't even have chairs to watch matches. We had to stand up the whole day. So then we finally get to sit down. Well, first off, we won that series actually pretty close. It was versus Choco the Warrior.
Was it Choco? I don't know. I really don't know because you can't see their names in the game. It's just BattleNet 41, BattleNet 42. Like it's just
Oh
numbers. You
yeah,
don't really
that's
know
right.
who you're shooting against. Um,
They were a lower seed by us by half.
yeah, we were
So
like a
they
60.
had points.
We were
They've
like a
placed
68 or something.
Yeah, they've placed in more cups than we have, and maybe even higher.
They get better
Um,
practice. That's the most important part in my opinion. Is they're in the chats. Like they place consistently like top 32 or whatever. So they're in the good chats. They get good scrims. They play good people. Like people know them. Like they're known people. Like us, we're nobodies technically. Like we don't get.
not nobodies. I mean,
All right, bro. My bad, Yos.
not nobodies, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on,
Hey,
not
yo,
nobody. This
money.
is vanity.
Hey, yo, money. All right.
Oh shit.
So that's losers round 2 or 3 or something. So um, we win that match 3-2 or 2-3. Jesus, I can't talk. 2-1, right? So we lose map 1 like 250 to like 245, like super close. We trolled that map so bad. Should have been a 3-0, right? So we lose that map by like 5 points. Map 2 is an S&D. We win round 11, right? We clutch up, right? And then map 3 it's control, Kavutu, and we win
Put to control,
3-2.
which we sucks. We
We
suck.
sucked at
Yeah.
Kavutu control. That was our worst map at the time, like so bad.
And I get a
Right.
3-piece to clutch out the goddamn control, baby, on defense. They were all pushing. They just had to touch the time. I get a 3-piece. I get them off. I'm like, get off me. There's a video on Twitter somewhere.
Yeah, bro. We
I
won't
think
talk
Kaden
about the
tweeted it.
3-piece I got before that. We won't talk about that. But look, so we end up closing that out, right? So we beat them. And then did we
I
play right
stopped for
away?
4 hours. No, I stopped for 4 hours.
No, we
Or
played
no,
right
no.
away.
Yeah, we played right away. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we
First
did
day,
play
yeah.
right away. That one we did play right away after that. That was like 7. We finished that match at like 8. We were playing at like 8 for the next match. And then it's the same setup. Like we just stay on our seats, whatever. We play the next match. This is versus a team that 100-point clubbed the number 3 team.
Which qualified for the Pro Am circuit. They
Right.
100-point club these guys, bro.
Right.
And won lost a sneak like 5-6, I think.
Yeah, they choked. Like they would have defeated. Like they would have sent them to losers. No,
And then
sent
we
them
would have
home
had
'cause
to play them.
that was lose. No, that was winners. They
That was
would have
winners.
sent them to losers, and we would have had to play them. So we were happy. We were like, let's go, bro. You know, this is the
Yeah, they
best.
just got demoralized by them. We got to run these kids now for their
We got
pockets.
this. We got this. So map 1. Unfortunately, after 4 or 5 hours of being iced, you know, last series we did fine, but you know, like sitting on your hands for that long, like really kind of like messes with you a little bit. Not to mention, I got home and I was running all the wrong settings, but you know, we won't talk about it. No excuses. No excuses.
Excuses.
Right. So first map, we kept it pretty close. We lost like 250 to like 200, and that is considering me and Yos both dropped like 17 or 18 kills in a hard point, which is terrible. I mean, we
Yeah.
got the hill time, you know, but we did get, you know, outslayed by a lot. And the fact that we only lost by 1 hill kind of shows how fundamentally and like how well we were playing the map. Like we weren't getting all the kills, and we're still that close. Like that's some pretty good COD,
We
right?
lost by 60 points, literally 1 hill if we didn't give up. We were giving up a lot of scrap that game, honestly.
Yep.
We were giving up like 20 seconds of scrap just to win rotations, just to play for 60s, full 60s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And then we
it
kept it
added
close.
up in the end.
We weren't slaying, and we kept it close. So I mean, we lost, but I'm pretty proud of that map.
And to
Hey.
add, we played Berlin
Bro.
every map.
Berlin Simulator. That's what we spawned
played
into.
Berlin Simulator in Minnesota. Like our teammates just vetoed every other map, and then it was like it just came out. They're like, "Yo, Berlin hardpoint," and then I'm a sub, right? I'm a sub. Caesar's a sub at hard. He can run the air, but dude, we had the chance to play Bokage hardpoint, our best map, which we're 30-0 in. We have not lost a Bokage hardpoint in scrims, in tournaments, in pro points, in nothing. We've never lost a Bokage hardpoint. So our teammate goes, "Yo, I'm not feeling too comfortable on Bokage. We should definitely play Berlin."
We vetoed Bokage, bro.
So we vetoed Bokage. We don't pick Bokage. We play Berlin again for this last series, and it was
backfired on
honestly
us.
terrible. Yeah, it was honestly terrible. So, and heading into the S&D,
yeah, here you go.
I think the series was we were down 5-3.
What on the map? Oh yeah, the
S&D.
map.
We were down 5-3 because they had our number for the first half. So we bring it back right to 4-5. we're on defense on Berlin, and
And then my
Caesar.
teammate calls the worst call in Call of Duty history. You guys play ranked, right?
Yeah.
You know how it goes. So we're on defense. You guys know what dubstairs is on A bomb?
Upstairs to watch like
Like
the
you
A cross to the bomb.
go down to the
Mhm.
statue.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know that on the other side of the map, usually what you do is let me watch the cross and see how many people go in.
You watch it
Right?
from like the back up.
Yeah, we all know this.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
know this, right? So my teammate goes, "Hey, Slime, you should slide down the stairs." I think this is a
Dude.
great play. I'm like, all right, bro, dude, this is 5-4. This is for all the marbles, bro. I'll listen to whatever you say. I'll run down middle with my head off. Like I'm doing whatever you tell me to do. So I
True
slide down
teammate,
the
bro.
stairs and I just the longest 1 second of my life. As I'm sliding around the corner, I see him staring at me, bro. And I'm zapped. I'm off the map, bro. I'm dead. And then he gets killed and it's a 2v4.
Me and Kalen, 2v4. We're down 4-5. This is taking 5-5. We clutch up. We clutch up the round and we take it to fucking 5-5, bro. Surprisingly, because honestly, I knew we were clutching that. I was not going out like that, bro. I was not gonna go out without a fight, and I didn't care if these guys got blooded. I was like, all right, this is easy. Like this, take these kids are nervous, whatever. Like who was like me and this guy were probably the best on the S&D, like on in the S&D. We're me and him. We're the best at S&D on the team. So I was like, we got this. Like we got the fucking ice. So we coach up the 2v4, take it 5-5. We're on defense, and we call the cross to B. They cross to B. One does with bomb, and then it's like a stalemate for like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Everybody's hiding. Like
Nobody
nobody
makes a
wants to get
play.
bombed down, and nobody wants to peek anything.
Yeah, they're
Nobody
just
nothing.
Yos and Kalen are playing B. Like Mazel's watching crosses. Like I'm just pushed up on A, waiting for them to rotate it because they had called B. But you never want to give up a whole bomb site. So I'm just kind of holding a corner, waiting for them to rotate it back, and I try to get like a pick or something while they rotate it. And I'm like, I'm sitting there licking my lips. I'm like, let's go. 15 seconds, 20 seconds left in the round. It's 4v4. Like bomb hasn't been planted. Like bro, we're in such a good spot right now. Let's go. We won this shit. Let's go. Map 3. I'm getting ready for map 3. And then boom, random nade kills our teammate. Boom.
Other
Full
teammate falls
breakdown.
watch over him. Yeah, and then I
Then
get
it's 10
cross.
seconds
Caesar
left.
gets picked.
I'm in a bad position. I gotta try to make a play. I run out. They get me 1v4, and then boom,
And then I
collapse.
just die. But
15 seconds away from map 3, possibly a Saturday, and just all crumbles. But hey, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Just gotta learn from it.
we were thinking that we were gonna place top 64 at that event, and we ended up placing top 48, which made it look even better than what we thought could come out of it.
So, after you guys lost, like, were you still able to like go look at the like challengers like Saturday and shit? Like, did you like watch them more, or like did you go to the main stage more, like watch like the actual pro matches, or what was your kind of days like?
Bro, me and Caesar ran up the 2v2 booth, bro. We were in the fucking we were so pissed. We were so pissed at our teammates because they were like, yo, you guys dropped 17, you guys are shit. And I was like, what? Coming in the 2v2 booth
You made
right
them in
now.
the 2v2. They couldn't beat us,
We
bro.
cooked them in the 2v2, bro. They didn't beat us at all, bro. We were like 3-0 versus them. And then the guy Paradox, I don't know if you guys know him, the guy that builds PCs.
Right.
Yeah. He had
Guy's
that
the
was his
goat.
booth, and he made a tournament or a bracket tournament, whatever. One and done hard points, and me and Caesar were like, yeah, fuck it, let's play it. And we played our teammates first round, smoked them.
With
First
the
round,
wrong
and then
controller. I didn't have my
Yeah,
controller.
I didn't have my
was
controller. I was
reloading
playing
mid
with
gunfight.
Scuffs.
Like
It was weird, but we beat them. Then we played Azura Anarchy and some other girl, smoked them. Beat I don't know who else we beat somebody in semis. I don't know who they were. We beat them in semis. Got to finals, and then out of nowhere, they're like, "Oh yeah, finals is best of 3." I'm like, "What?"
best of
Best
3,
of
and you're
3
playing
now?
S&D now. When we've
And
been
you playing
playing,
S&D now.
we've been playing hardpoint all.
So I was like,
All
"What?" I
tournament.
was like, "All right, it's like, all right, whatever." Me and Caesar don't spawn into 2v2s S&Ds, by the way. We're good at hardpoint, but we've never spawned into 2v2 S&D.
Well,
I think
let's
Caesar's
rephrase that.
clueless at S&D, bro.
Let's
So
rephrase that. Hey, bro, I get paid for this, all right? You guys all been playing for years, bro. This is my first card. All right, let's take it slow, all right? I'll get it. I'll get the hang of it.
So yeah,
But
we made it to finals of 2v2. Won first map. Right, well, up 1-1 finals. What can go wrong? S&D Tuscan, I think, or Berlin. We lose.
no,
that.
SD Berlin, we get
S&D
smoked.
Berlin, we get smoked.
And then
We
we
lose
go to map
6-3.
3. We go to
Map
map
three.
3,
Tuscan
and
hardpoint.
we only played one map the entire tournament. Like me and Yos were just doing it for fun. We're like, oh, let's just do bow cage over and over. Like just sprint at people. Let's just take gunfights. Like it's just troll. Like
They
just
weren't
for
gunning
fun.
me, man. They weren't gunning me.
We didn't drop a single bow cage at hardpoint, right? So, and then map 3, they had picked Tuscan. They had just played it. Like they knew the spawns and stuff. Like these guys are like holding preems and stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
sprinting around. Like I don't even care. Like I'm just sprinting at people. Like it's a 2v2. Like why are we doing setups? But it's all good, you know.
So yeah,
So
for that day we just ran up the 2v2.
yeah,
We
yeah,
just
and
ran up
then
the 2v2, and then we watched some challengers events. We watched our homies. They almost qualified for the pro am, but
yeah,
they
the
were
Stallions card. I'm pretty sure Yos, you know who Too Real and Cryptic, right?
yeah, Turo and Cryptic. I know them from way back. Cryptic I know from BO4 and Turo from Ghost. So I'm really good friends with them. It was good. It was nice to see them make it that far. I wish they would have qualified, but they were just cut short.
They were this close,
Unfortunately.
bro. They lost last map, I'm pretty sure, and then they got sent to losers and lost there.
Yeah.
Super unfortunate. I was rooting for them. Honestly, we didn't really watch too many of the actual CDL matches. I think Challenge is a lot more entertaining, especially for people that play in it and kind of like know the people and like the storylines behind it and like, well, that guy got dropped for him, and then like you see him shit on him, and he's like, you really dropped me for him, bro? Like it's just
I
the
can believe
storylines.
it.
Yeah, storylines really play a big role in the entertainment aspect of it.
So at least from like the stream, I guess said you didn't watch too much like the pro stuff. But I'm assuming you obviously saw the stage at certain points, like saw like the seating and everything. I can at least from because I went to Major 1, and that shit was fucking nuts. But like it didn't seem like Major 2 was like even close to like that level of it. Like I mean, was there like a lot of people in the venue like watching the matches, or like do you think like with the challengers being the side thing that kind of change potentially like kind of change that the view that way because there was more people watching challengers too?
Um, I think there's two things that really played a role in it not being as crazy as it was in the first one. I think one is Optic did lose early on. Um, so we know the reality of COD, and it's like Optic is the biggest brand. They pull the most viewers consistently. Like they're gonna get the biggest crowds going for them. Like it's gonna get stupid hype for them. Them losing didn't help, and then I think Challengers event going on the side did pull most of the people to the side, because you would see people going back and forth between the two,
Mm-hmm.
like to watch the other matches. And I think it depends on if you're a player. For sure, you're gonna probably watch Challengers. You want to see what's going on. You want to know who's winning, who's losing. But it wasn't that bad. Like it got pretty loud at some points. Like
For LAG,
yeah,
LAG they got loud. They got loud
the
for
LG
LAG,
matches got
bro.
loud. And then when FaZe clutched up, I think they clutched up around 11 or something. I think we were there. It was crazy. Like it just depends on who's playing. It depends on what's at stake. Like
Yeah, and I could definitely see that. It also didn't fucking help that the team that was hosting the event lost their one and only match.
Yeah,
So
that sucked.
and they lost to Optic, and then Optic loses the next. I mean, yeah, that definitely doesn't help. But no, I mean that sounds really fucking dope. So like, I mean, obviously, eyes to the future, you guys are still staying with those two guys. So like, what are your kind of plans for moving forward with those guys at this point with them then?
That's a pretty good question.
for
Well, Caesar's always on the fence about things. Uh, like I said, it was his first year competing, so he didn't really know whether or not this is worth taking and taking it to that next level and focusing up and actually taking this serious. I had some time convincing him and also the teammates. After the event, Caesar was considering, like damn, like I wanted to play something higher, bro. I don't know why we're just getting 48 or
I
whatever.
don't like losing, bro. I don't. I hate losing. I don't care if we were supposed to place top 96. Like I want to place first. Like I don't like losing, especially when it was that close. And like especially considering the fact that with the scraps that we get for scrims and like the fact that we did as well as we did, kind of like sucked that we didn't place higher. But it was a tough decision for me to make to like keep playing because like I said, I'm super busy. Like I have school, I work, like I have a full-time girlfriend, you know how that goes. And like it was kind of between focusing on school and like work and that and then playing COD. But my girlfriend kind of helped me helped convince me. She reminded me like I finished school in like a couple weeks, like I'll have more time on my hands. Like I'll probably regret it if I do quit now. So I agreed to keep playing. Like I enjoy it obviously. I want to see where this goes. Like it's super fun. I enjoy it. I'm very competitive. Like I've always played sports. So competing is super fun for me. And next step I think is getting a coach. Like we've been looking for one for a bit now. So that we can I think our biggest issue is just fundamentals as in like our pacing and like waiting for each other, our comms and like just being like playing more together on the map. And I think a coach like a good fundamental coach will really help with that. And that's what I think is our next step.
By Monday,
Like,
we're already having one too. So
yeah,
hopefully that
we'll
goes
see.
well with him. He's a pretty good he knows a lot about the game, and I give him credit, and I think he can definitely show us some light to the path. But it took convincing to keep Caesar. Back to what I was saying, it took convincing to keep Caesar, because not many teams can just come into this their first year, right, and place top 48. I don't think many teams know what it takes to do what we've done in the matter of time that we've had, right? For with Caesar's first year competing and all that. Definitely next step is getting a coach. Um, and seeing if we can fix up and polish up some things that differentiate us from a top 32 or top 16 teams. Because we can't just get from, like I'm telling Caesar, we can't just go from top 48 to first. It's not possible. We got to take the steps to top 32. Once we're at top 32, then we can start working. Hey, look, we need to start. We used to do this, but now we got to start doing this to be top 16 teams. You know what I mean? Like we need to ice up during these times, or pick up these type of lanes, whatever the case is. Um, but yeah, definitely, we're definitely sticking with the same roster, and we're looking to see if we could go to Toronto or what's going on with that. We're not too sure about um, how far into the future that is yet, but depending on how practice is these next few weeks, definitely looking to see if we can enroll in some leagues or some Twitter foundations or whatever they're called, leagues, whatever the hell they're called, man, like tournaments and shit.
Fucking shit that's there. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's definitely something that we want to get you guys into. So that's definitely what our side is. I mean, we're obviously excited to have you guys. You guys have been really cool. So I guess at this point, I mean, we'll wind down. We definitely went a little bit over it, but I think that's okay. It kind of gives people the opportunity to get to know you guys. I know a lot of the guys, at least as far as, when I talk to them, like they're in the chat, they're kind of excited to get to know you guys too. So this is gonna be a good way to do that. But with that being said, I mean, I guess this has really been the second episode of the FTF Family Gathering podcast. This has been Slime. This has been Yos. This has been Kazzra. This has been CapShotz. And that'll do it for us. Peace, guys.
See.
This is